Food Court, the movie podcast and Twitch stream where Sean
and John
and Sad and Michael
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law. Michael, why are you sad?
Oh, life. When life gives you lemons, hey, squeeze them right in your eyes and says, fuck you, bitch. No.
You say fuck you, bitch, to
the lemons say that as they're being... Life is saying...
lemons.
Yeah, life is squeezing the lemons, man. No, it's actually... I have a whole story about today. It was nuts as hell.
What? Well... You know, there's nothing our listeners love more than to hear stories about just a little slice of Michael's life.
Slice of life. Well, okay. I'm in a chiropractic rehab program because my back's fucked up, like, really bad. They were like, okay, you got no curves, like, at all. Your back is...
Real men have curves.
Damn girl is right. Your back's supposed to be like a 30-centimeter curve, like the lower back. Mine is a 6. Can you believe that? And so
your back sucks, dude.
But I've already been doing lots of the exercises, blah blah blah, and I have to sleep on this like log pillow that I thought would be really awful, but I passed right out. It's great.
Do I need a log pillow?
Yeah, they say regular pillows are horrible for your neck actually because it isn't good for the curve. Anyways,
can I sleep on my side with a log pillow, Michael?
Yes, you can, but back is best. And I've slept on my back for a really long time, so it works out. Anyways. Okay. I felt like absolute doo-doo shit fuck this morning, and then I hated everything, but then I went to the chiropractor, got aligned, and, like, had a funny interaction. This lady came in and wouldn't wear her mask, like, refused, and they were like, you have to, and she's like, I've got asthma, and they were like, then you really need to wear your mask.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking die, lady.
Yeah. And she refused, she had, like, flowers to drop off, and it was so weird, but meanwhile, I was on this, like, vibrating table, like, after they align you have to, like, stand on this, like, so I'm just sitting there like, and she's like, please, ma'am, leave. It was wild. I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm just shaking here. But anyways, it reminded me that life's fun, and I ran into someone I knew. It was a whirlwind of emotions. And then someone tried to scam me over the phone. It was crazy day. And then I got crazy depressed, and then I watched this movie that I did not like, and then and then I drank a ton of weed oil. So that's where I'm at.
You drank it? Are you allowed to drink it?
Oh yeah, I drank the shit out of that fuck.
Did you put it in anything at least?
No.
Is it viscous?
Yeah, it's like oil. I mean, it's avocado oil, but it's been infused, baby.
Why
do you put it in water, or you just it drops on the tongue?
I usually cook stuff in it, and I'll forget that I cooked stuff in it. And like 5 hours later, I'll be like, woo!
This pasta's fucking delicious.
I need more of this fucking pasta,
yes,
dude.
Pasta.
What the fuck is in this pasta? Wait, so the weed oil was before the movie or after the movie?
After the movie. Thinking back, it should have been before.
Yes!
You would have fallen into a catatonic state if you'd done it before.
You would have thought it was the best movie ever.
I would have thought it was real life, probably.
Without looking, ladies and germs, we did do the Curious Case of Benjamin Button for Manksgiving, the celebration of David Fincher films. Without looking, Michael and Sean, I want you to guess the runtime of the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Sean, I'm going to let you go first.
I checked earlier, so I choose not to answer.
Michael, I'm going to let you go. I also checked earlier, but I'm going to guess.
Well, I guess you guys both know it's 6 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. I was like, shit.
It's the second longest film I've ever seen behind Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Wow.
I'll never forgetting that.
I think Forgetting Sarah Marshall is only 87 minutes long or something, but it felt interminable.
I've never seen it.
I think
this felt longer than Solaris.
Have y'all ever seen, what is it called? Oh shit, Adventureland?
Stalker level.
It's like the
Adventureland.
That thing is like, it feels like 10 years. You're like, oh my god.
Is this
Zombieland feels long?
Yeah.
Don't put land at the end of it.
No.
Land Before Time?
That's at the beginning.
See? And that one feels short.
Roasted.
Littlefoot, little movie.
Got him.
Sean, I think you're the only person who will be able to render a summary judgment of this film without Mike, like, have some sort of catastrophic reaction, and I might just spill over with bile. So why don't you give it a shot?
Man, it's so easy. You know what happens?
No.
There's a magical clock. there's an old man and his son dies and he's blind and he makes a magical clock that goes backwards. And it's not really magical, but for some reason it makes a boy get born backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know why they are related, but they are for some reason related. And a little boy is born old.
And the way they're related by only being brought up at the beginning and the end of this 6-hour saga. When it comes back, you're like, what is what? Clock?
Yeah, what?
Clock?
Who cares about this
Sorry,
clock?
continue. Sean.
No. And over time, he gets younger. So he is born arthritic, and his eyes are all glaucomaed out, and his joints don't move. He's all fucked up.
Yep.
And he's just a little weird-looking baby, and he's old. And then over time, he gets hotter and hotter. And eventually, he turns into Brad Pitt about halfway through. And then he gets younger and younger and turns into a kid. He has love. He loses love. He finds new love. He loses that again. And then he finds it again. And then he dies eventually. He's a dead baby. Right at the end, he's a dead fucking baby.
Reverse eyes opening.
He's a dead baby. And that's the movie, essentially.
Goo goo ga ga.
Ga-ga. Wait, didn't I fuck you? I'm dead.
Mama.
Yeah, baby
It's
want
a wild
mama.
movie.
Baby want mama.
Now, you guys hate this movie. I, surprisingly, despite that plot thing, I don't hate it. There's a lot going on.
Listen to me now. My expectations
Silence.
couldn't have been lower. This was a moment in my life where I was like, oh yes, that's what instincts are for.
Yes.
Because my instincts have, because I love David Fincher.
Yeah.
I love his movies. My instincts were like, no, never watch this. Never watch this for as long as you live.
Ever.
It was like, I don't know, it's like a live wire on a highway. It's just like, no, I can't go near it. Can't go near this. The grimmest of auguries ever. And it was way under my expectations, man. Like, this is one of the most laughably asinine movies I have ever seen.
It's insane.
And
It
to
is
like
wild.
this movie, Sean,
What?
you can't
can't
like
like
this movie.
I can like it in spite of itself.
Yeah.
How?
Because it's just fucking wild.
It's such a weird at the end,
It blows my mind that it even exists.
I was like, what is
Okay,
this
fair
movie?
enough.
It's so weird.
Like, I think it's enjoyable in the way that Cats is enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
But
has,
I'm not going to say it's good or...
I don't
the thing
think it's
I kept
good.
Getting, I have friends who would always be like, yeah, Benjamin Button, it's my least favorite Fincher, but it's exceedingly well made. I'm like, no, man,
I don't
it's
know if
fucking
it's well
not.
made.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get into this in the low main eventually, but it's all wrong for Fincher. That's the main thing.
I don't get it.
But
But
we can't talk about negative things yet.
Yeah, not yet.
We must begin at the beginning with our beef lamb
The
gyro.
beginning.
I'm going first.
Wow.
Because I may be the only one with a true beef lamb
True.
gyro, which a thing that I genuinely like about the movie. One, I like the guy who gets struck by lightning 7 times.
Yeah.
And I like that every time it happens, they cut to some old-timey
Yeah.
footage. There's some 1910s footage of him getting struck by lightning while he's in a car or walking his dog. I love that.
It's great.
Love it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Chad Ryden also loved it. He said, "I love the lightning guy," and I loved it too. I thought it was funny, but
You
Yes.
loved it.
here's what I don't like. Okay,
Oh,
you don't set up a bit like that and then not do it the same way every time. He tells 2 fucking stories or 3 the first time he tells it, then every other time it's just 1. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you need to. Have you made a movie?
This was his first movie.
This was his first.
He's made Alien 3. He's made Fight Club. He's made
The Game.
Game Club.
Game Club.
Game Club.
Dragon Tattoo Club.
Dragon Tattoo Club.
SE7EN
Club.
He made Social
I think
Club.
what we really learned is stick to serial killers. Jesus.
Oh.
Yes.
I have a year.
Wait, really?
Do it.
What?
Baby bad grandpa Pitt scenes where baby floating head Walker baby Brad Pitt bad grandpa bad dirty pervert grandpa is the fucking funniest shit I've seen in a movie since We Saw Cats Together, or since Tom Hardy shit his pants like 6 times in that Al Capone movie we watched with Seth Pomeroy on this very program. This is and I'm really sad. If we had seen this in a theater together, especially with Michael being on weed fish oil, we may not have come out of that motherfucker alive.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I keep looking around to this room of no one that I'm with. I'm like, look at it. Look at it.
What's happening?
I can't believe we're doing this.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's Brad Pitt's head on an old man's body.
It's so creepy.
And he's doing like
the voice too is
he's doing like a John Fogerty Creedence Clearwater Southern accent,
so
with like boining and toining.
Yes.
And I mean,
I'm an old man.
And now we've learned that Brad Pitt like just does the same like Nazi hunting accent for anyone from below the Mason.
I realized, I was like, wait a minute, this is just his character in Inglourious Basterds.
But from the moment where he comes out looking like one of the like, what were the singing raisins called?
The California raisins?
Yeah, he comes out looking like California
raisin.
raisin.
Yes.
The green kind. Until like, man, it is just when he is old, it is really fucking fun.
Yeah. You're like,
yes, the old
like,
stuff does not work at all.
No.
God,
it's just so clearly his head pasted on like a little kid's body or something.
Yeah.
And apparently they were gonna do his goddamn head pasted onto a baby's face, but they ran out of money, and that's the only reason.
Thank God.
The only reason that there isn't just Pitt until the end of the Tree of Life or what have you. My God.
Well, I was wondering, I was like, why isn't he a really tall baby? Because it would make more sense. If he was a little old man, he would be a really tall baby.
I will say, it makes the bad decisions in Irishman seem like great decisions compared to this madness.
I wish.
You know what it really does? It makes Spike Lee look like a fucking genius for when he just made that Vietnam movie where he has a bunch of old black dudes playing 20-year-old dudes in the jungle fighting in Vietnam.
Yeah.
That fucking looks great compared to the Irishman.
Yes.
And it doesn't take you out of the movie at all compared to like Brad Pitt's like butt muscles showing up on a weird old man. Like fucking insane.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
This movie. When did this come out?
2008, I think.
If this movie came out in the era of Twitter and memes, none of these motherfuckers work ever
decimated,
again. It's everyone's career. We don't know Brad Pitt as the dude in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We know Brad Pitt as the old man, baby Brad Pitt man meme that you send to people whenever you want to horrify them. I mean, this movie is fucking insane.
It's weird.
It's David Fincher, one of my favorite directors. Kate Blanchett, my favorite actress. Tilda Swinton, probably my second favorite actress. And everyone is fucking terrible.
It's wild.
Awful.
Very weird movie.
But what's good about it?
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. It's fucking funny.
It's funny?
That's great.
It's fucking funny.
What's your Euro, Michael?
Well, I have a bunch of them.
Ooh, lay it on me.
But they're all like kind of not intentional.
Are they all sarcastic?
Yeah. Well, okay, there's one. I guess that's no.
Just say it and we'll be fine with it.
Well, my first Euro, because I didn't think I was gonna have one, so I just picked one early on. I said I love old cops whistling as they chase people because it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Stop!
Oh, yes.
I thought you were like.
No, yeah.
I was like, man, that's some serial killer
Yeah,
shit.
cops
I like
catcalling.
It's hard to
noticed
run and
that
whistle.
scene.
You need a lot of breath to run. Yeah, hard to.
Ooh, like it's the ambulance. Oh, the siren sound. They're like, but they whistle it. That would have been wild. But I thought that was silly. But I picked another one later.
Okay.
And it was, the lightning thing. But then I said, at the funeral for one of the dead ladies, somebody strikes cymbals together. And I was like, that is so stupid.
It's really weird. Yeah, she's the opera singer.
It cracks me up.
And she used to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's another maybe important plot point. Brad lives for the most of the story, lives at an old folks home. But he's young, but he's old.
Yeah.
Get it?
Get it?
Okay. I have maybe 3 more positive things to say, and then we can get to pure bad stuff.
Okay.
1, Mahershala Ali. He when he laughs, he goes he, which I like. I like that. It's a weird thing that he does, and it doesn't seem like it could be real at all, but I like it. When the woman who plays his mother, Taraji P. Henson, when she finds this little weird, wrinkly child that they step on, they literally step on because he's on the stairs. She says, "Poor child, he got the worst of it. Come out white." That's really good.
Come out white.
Yeah, he just came out white. That's good. Final
That's pretty good to me.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Worked out for me.
Dang.
Final great thing about this movie: a 10-year-old has sex with a prostitute. That's pretty great.
It's so strange. The age stuff gets so bizarre. And
they're both child molesters.
Yeah.
They're both.
It's pretty weird.
Like, yes. At the very, I don't know if whatever makes you desire a child, is that pederasty? Whichever one that is, they are pederasty.
Yeah, I kind of got a vibe. Did you ever see that Birth movie? It kind of gave me those vibes, like Nicole Kidman and that kid who's like
Birth rules.
Her
dad. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers.
Why didn't Fincher make a movie like Birth then? Please,
yeah,
God.
It's a way better movie.
He should have made Birth.
Yeah,
Do you have other hot positives, Michael?
No. But I do have some edits that I would have made to the movie that I thought would add. And you brought up the baby when they step on the baby. I thought it would have been nice if...
You edited that out.
No, I liked it. I think they should have had him slip and have like a banana peel, like, whoop! And then he falls down the stairs. Sort of
Or just the loose skin of
the old baby.
California raisin baby.
Yeah. And then later there's a part where... I actually laughed at this line delivery where she and Benjamin finally are about to get it on for the first time.
Oh, this is
it's
Cate Blanchett's character.
Yeah, they've built up years of not doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's only gotten younger.
Since they were, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes. And one of them was a small child.
Yeah.
But the whole time they were just thinking about boning.
Yeah.
But she closes the door and looks at him and goes, "Sleep with me." And he goes, "Absolutely." And I fully
they
laughed.
edited that out also.
But my edit was
that was like Brad Pitt's like super.
Yeah. But I wanted to edit it where it slowly pans from the door and it's like got romantic music, but I wanted it to just be the actual sounds of the wooden bed, like. I think that would have been really funny.
Oh yeah.
So that,
or it should have been like the line reading at the end of any like Tim and Eric show.
Absolutely.
Which he kind of does.
Yeah,
it's not
like,
far off.
It's pretty. Yeah. It was funny to me though. So that's my last.
I think it's supposed to be funny, right?
I guess.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
it is.
Most of
that's
the
like
stuff
one
in this
of
movie
the. There's like 3, and we know David Fincher's movies are typically really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this movie, I don't know what obviously David Fincher kind of tries to make kinds of movies. Like he kind of looks at movies from the history of film and he's going to be like, I'm going to make that. My version of that.
What is this?
Like. Yes.
What do you think this is?
I feel like this was his attempt at some classic, romance, like An Affair to Remember or something like that. Only like, instead of having like, and those movies are kind of, don't have a lot of humor in them, but you put someone like Cary Grant or Spencer Tracy in it who imbues humor into everything.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt's just a hot person. He's just a hot guy.
He's hot, yeah.
Nothing
Poor
fucking
Brad.
funny
No substance.
about like Brad Pitt isn't like he's not even George Clooney. He doesn't like instill endless charm into a role. And so like when we're looking at him with penis makeup on his body for most of the film, there's some fucking amazing shit.
It's so crazy.
There's shit where Kate Blanchett's like, oh, he's so refined and dignified, and we're looking at this Brad Pitt who has like liver spots
it's really
digitally
weird.
painted all over him, and like weird hairs, and we're like, what the fuck is she talking about? They make a fucking fool out of Kate Blanchett in this movie.
Oh yeah, from the first time you see her and she's like, oh, you're like, okay,
Dancing in the moonlight and shit. Literally.
The old Kate Blanchett, I noted she looks exactly like Gary Oldman in Dracula. The makeup is the exact same. I was like,
yeah. The razor blade.
I was like, whoa.
She's got the same hair too.
Yeah.
That big bouffant hair.
It was every time it cut back to her, I was like, ugh, just move on. Just tell the whole story. We don't need these cutbacks.
Michael, let women age. They deserve to be able to get old and look weird.
No, I love it. I love old women.
Yeah? Go on.
Yeah. So,
thanks for that.
if anybody's
Go on. If anybody's old
out there.
Any old hoes out there want
Come
to
on,
get
baby.
down, holler at me.
There was a moment in the
yes.
film where I could see some of like Fincher's like extremely cynical and transactional view of relationships.
Oh wow, yeah.
Kicked in, like when he goes all the way to New York to see her dance and is basically shunned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that was like I was like, oh hell yeah, there's David.
Yeah, that's sad.
There's David.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, there's David. That's that real shit. But then he'd be like, all right, nope, I've got to win an Oscar right now.
Yeah.
Let's get back into our whatever the fuck happened. Which I guess leads me to my low main.
Oh,
Ooh, do it.
Get into that?
Yeah, do your low main. What's
guess,
the worst part of this movie?
Like, how many movies was this movie trying to be? Who asked for a version of Being There, Lolita, Forrest Gump, and The Jerk? Who wanted this movie?
I don't know.
Who asked for this film? Was this
writer,
the response to like Forrest Gump winning all these Oscars? I just don't understand.
Maybe. Same
I
writer.
guess for me, the worst thing about this movie is just the script itself.
It's just weird.
It's just this like endlessly vapid series of like turns of phrase that make no goddamn sense, and like everything is just all the like faux folksy wisdom that comes out of his mouth. There's nothing there. There's not even Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. There's fucking nothing.
I wrote that down. I was like, a lot of the lines, they sound profound, but they don't mean anything.
They
it's
don't
like,
mean
what?
fuck all, man. Life is like a box of chocolates. Actually fucking makes sense. There's lots of different kinds of fucking chocolates in the fucking box. What in the name of God did anything that Brad Pitt say? And first of all, why, when he's an old man, but he's actually a goddamn baby, are we supposed to take these as profundity?
It's weird. That doesn't make any sense.
That's the whole, like, is this like Being There where we're supposed to think that this frankly asinine shit he is saying is deep, but then it's like, oh, it's not really deep.
Weird.
Whoever wrote this movie, and I have a feeling it was like 40 fucking people.
Yeah, maybe.
Was basically just trying to dupe us. And I hate trying to get duped.
Dupe.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Benjamin dupe him.
So that's my low man.
Oh, that's good.
I agree.
Pretty
that
broad,
counts.
I guess. The script.
Yeah.
The mock profundity.
Yeah.
Okay,
What about
I'll
you?
do mine.
Mm-hmm.
Sean's uncomfortable.
Michael, do you mind if I get
Yeah, I
in
would
on
like
this?
for you to do it.
Here I go. This is what's up. It's just a bad idea. Now, the idea of the story I don't mind. There's something interesting about, okay, he's born old and he gets young, but his brain works like he's getting old, and there's like something kind of tragic about the fact that he falls in love with someone and then he gets too old to like love her, and she gets old as he gets young. I kind of like that, but Fincher is the last person on earth who should have directed this movie. This movie needs to be fantastical. It needs to be southern. It needs to be it needs to be sensual. It needs to be romantic. And Fincher is none of those things. He is the least fantastic. He's like never even had a dream, I don't think. I don't think he's ever even had a dream. He's definitely not Southern. He's like, I don't know, some kind of East Coast, West Coast dude. Yeah. He's just from a coast.
He was like born at ILM or something.
Yes, yeah, exactly. He is not sensual or romantic. None of the things that would make this potentially. This is the smallest amount of potential. Potentially a good movie. It being half as long and being a cartoon. None of that is stuff that Fincher has.
No.
If this even had colors in it, like picturing this movie with colors in it is like, oh, okay, this is a fantasy.
Yeah.
And you
not
know what?
like grim.
This is the most colorful Fincher movie by a country mile.
True,
right?
yeah, I guess.
And the way he shoots it, and the way that Fincher uses so much computer-generated imagery in his shooting, when you're shooting not grays and not wet, blood-filled alleys, it just looks fucking fake. It looks like fucking What Dreams May Come. It looked like Martin Scorsese's Hugo. It didn't look real. It looked like nonsense.
It was weird.
And he probably was getting more reality than I think he is. But your bullshit meter just starts going off. This whole movie, your bullshit meter is fucking blaring. Your hair is falling out. It's just bullshit at every moment.
Yeah.
Just nothing ever at any point rings true. This movie reminded me a lot of Tim Burton's Big Fish.
Yeah, I could see that.
But Tim Burton's Big Fish had more heart.
Oh, way more, yeah.
And I thought that movie was pretty shitty, man. But I mean, at least Big Fish could pull on your heartstrings. How in the name of God are we supposed to sympathize with hot grandpa and then baby sexy Brad Pitt? What common ground do we have with this Dalai Lama 13-year-old 78-year-old? What the fuck was happening? Where are we?
That was the alternate title.
There's no character at any point to sympathize with or to understand, because here's something I realized. I love Cate Blanchett. She should only play fucking maniac. Which she usually does. She usually plays pretty, aggro, big, giant characters. We're supposed to, she makes this ballerina lady seem fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
And then Tilda Swinton, same story, man. Tilda Swinton, you're just like, man, that lady's fucked in the head.
Yeah. There's some weird characters.
Taraji P. Henson is gone full Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
I mean, everybody is. Jared Harris, who I like in everything, is utterly absurd.
I don't know Jared Harris.
He's the.
Yeah. He's a cartoon for sure.
Oh. And I mean, maybe this was his version of a cartoon, but honestly, I'd rather just watch a fucking cartoon.
I was thinking it would work as the terrifying Polar Express style animation.
That's
it should have just been that. Yeah.
Yes.
It would have made it more sense.
If somehow Laika had made this movie,
yeah.
If they made a 1.5 hour version of this concept,
easily,
but
it would have been interesting.
Is there's just no humor in this movie? There's
just
none.
Weird.
There's the really lame guy getting struck by lightning bit. It's really fucking shitty. It's the only funny or remotely lighthearted thing in the whole fucking movie. Yeah. That it tricks sane people like Sean into thinking, that was good. No, it's fucking terrible.
It's good.
A really lame, nonsensical, as ridiculous as Benjamin Button's story. Yeah. That's laced. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, here's some other bad things.
Oh yes, please.
I talked about color.
Uh-huh.
It must be noted, I tried to figure out all of the colors in the whole movie. There's a lot of yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Green.
There is for a moment a blue dress, but it's very pale blue. And then there's a red.
It wasn't pink.
I think it was blue.
It was blue.
Depends on which tweet.
White, gold.
That's true. Yeah. And then there is a red dress.
Yeah.
And as far as I can tell, those are all the colors in the entire movie.
Yeah, gray, yeah.
And why is the follow-up. Like, I mean, I think there's so many things that don't work about this movie, but the fact that it is like some attempt at realism for this story just does not work.
It makes no sense.
Could not work. No. I mean, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. If he's an old man who gets young.
There's a lot of poetry to be mined from the premise.
Yes.
Like endless amounts of poetry and ennui to be mined from this premise.
Yes.
At the moments that I think are, and this is fucking F. Scott Fitzgerald. This isn't written by like Eric Red. This is taken from a famous short story by one of the great authors in American history. And at the moments where we could get the most poignant parts, it literally turns into a Brad Pitt fucking fashion shoot where we get Brad Pitt as James Dean fucking Kate Blanchett's body double. What the fuck was going on in this movie? Where were the themes that were worth exploring? Instead, we get fucking sad, bad grandpa. Lieutenant Dan, as played by Jared Harris on the tugboat.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, such a fucking clusterfuck.
I just didn't think they needed any of the other storyline either. Like, it just was weird.
Oh, you mean the Kate Blanchett?
Yeah, like her being old with the daughter. It just
her being
was like,
old, yeah.
I don't know.
It feels especially egregious because it is Hurricane Katrina, which just seems like they went, well, that was tragic. Maybe that will provide an appropriate amount of,
I guess,
emotional weight.
Same thing where it's like, oh, this lady died. We moved it because I don't think the story takes place in New Orleans originally because it doesn't. F. Scott Fitzgerald didn't set things in New Orleans. He would probably put it in Baltimore or something. And furthermore, it's like, oh, Taraji P. Henson dies in the story. She's black. Let's get some of those some of those like New Orleans wailing mourners in here.
I was like, what?
Lord.
I said,
you hear a lot of Lord on that.
I said that scene was me waiting for it to end. Just,
Lord.
It's weird to hate a movie by one of your favorite directors this much. I feel like this is almost an achievement. I hate it. And I wish I'd never seen it.
Sure.
I'm mad at you guys. I'm mad at myself. My intent was to make you guys watch this and not be on the show.
This is
some very passive aggressive text that happened, and then I felt compelled to be on the show. And some of our kill donkeys were like, if I have to watch it, you have to watch it.
John, you wanted us to watch all the Fincher movies.
This
is entire.
I loved Manksgiving.
Are gonna sleep in your. You made this bed. You fucking sleep in it, man.
This movie has changed my life. I will never watch a David Fincher director's commentary ever again.
What is the commentary like for this movie?
And the making of Mank, I will never read any interviews or any shit with David Fincher anymore. Because here's how I feel about David Fincher now after this movie. I feel like David Fincher has terrible taste. I feel like David Fincher is not that smart. I feel like he's like very like he's one of those guys like when he learns how to do something, he learns the shit out of it. He's an expert. He's like a autodidact, and he can really get into the shit that he knows how to do.
Yeah. But
as an artist, as someone who knows what's good and bad, and a man of taste, he's fucked. He's fucked. He's fucked. He's fucked.
He's fucked.
But you're saying altogether fucked?
Mm-hmm.
Just like he needs to keep making like genre serial killer movies.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Do not go near these like the phrase, they don't make them like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, David Fincher fucking cannot make them like they used to.
Yeah.
Like his attempt at like a Preston Sturges or Howard Hawks comedy, don't do that.
No.
Don't. And I guess I can only say that this was an attempt at being Capra-esque, although really it's more like Zemeckis-esque, like later Spielberg-esque.
Yeah.
Don't try to do that shit either.
I was thinking.
I don't know what this was. I'm being too hard on David Fincher. He's obviously fucking genius. He's David fucking Fincher.
Sure.
But him stepping out of character, him pulling his James Cameron Titanic moment, is so much worse than James Cameron's Titanic moment.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, in the same room.
He's not even in the same room.
boat. It's not even on the same ship.
Now, follow up. When is David Fincher gonna make his Avatar, where it's like the mashup of all the movies he's ever made?
Yeah.
Will it be soon?
Button
Was it
Club.
Mindhunter?
Maybe it was Mindhunter.
Did he do that?
Okay, more negative.
Did I do a low main?
Probably not.
I don't think.
What's your low main, Michael?
Well, I don't know.
Do you have
yeah,
one?
I did.
Did you bring it up?
I did. No, the clock. That bothered me
You don't
so
like
much.
the clock?
I like the idea of the clock, but you need to incorporate it throughout or something. Like he goes and sees the clock, or the clockmaker has something to do with this movie. Like it just was so annoying. And then the cut to it at the end, I was like, what? Oh, and I also
it's really weird to cut to it at the
I
end.
just hated I hate when movies wrap up with a montage of like. And life is blah blah. Literally the words he was saying were saying people do things. It was like, oh, all
Some
right.
people dance.
I was like, what
Some
is
people kill Nazis. And I want my scalp. God damn
it
it.
was so weird.
Yep.
So that's my low main, the clock.
Michael,
I
like the first instance of the clock.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, they got Elias Koteas.
Yes, I like Elias Koteas.
Bullshit story.
I like that he makes the clock because his son's dead and he wants his son back.
Yeah, I get that.
And I like that.
I almost like the war.
It doesn't go anywhere from there.
Backwards War was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It didn't look as good as it probably did it the first time. I didn't like the effect they did. I know they're trying to simulate old film, but I wanted to close my eyes. So I was like,
he does
that is another note.
Yeah.
That's a weakness. That's a weakness of his.
Like,
he loves simulating old film, but in this case, it's really weird because it's like fucking 1918.
Yeah.
But it's also CinemaScope.
Yeah.
Like it's widescreen. Like they didn't make
worried,
CinemaScope in 1918.
I'm worried about Mank. I'm worried we're gonna get like, and then we dirtied up the film.
Oh, they already did that. Yeah, they definitely did that.
Of course, it's all digital now, but I'm worried about Mank.
Oh no.
No, they did, and it's in mono. Did you know this?
What?
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, it's in mono.
No.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, I know Mank will be.
Oh, I know.
Maybe.
Now, come on, Sean. That's not funny.
Maybe
Manksgiving.
Maybe this is his Curious Case of Benjamin Button too.
Yeah.
Madness.
Benjamin Buttoon.
With the two.
Two.
Wait. Okay. It would be a two. Okay, Benjamin Buttoon, and then there's an N.
Yeah.
Or is there another O after it?
Oh, that's hard. Buttoon.
Yeah.
Buttoon. I didn't even like the war scene. I was like, ugh. Just
which war scene?
Well, the like boat submarine. I was like,
yeah.
just...
I think that was like that at least made me like be like, oh yeah, I would watch a David Fincher war movie.
Yeah, I might watch.
But it was
that.
another moment where it's like doesn't feel earned at all, and it's just like, why the
Uh-huh.
fuck are they fighting in Pearl Harbor?
So weird.
Why is there a tugboat in the war?
I mean, I believe perhaps this happened. But and in Dunkirk, it's like a bunch of shit.
Yes,
it's very
true.
oh, they had to get the people involved. But then you see like fleets of people, and
Yeah.
then this is still one single
tugboat.
solitary goddamn
One
Thomas the
tugboat.
Tank tugboat engine that has Jared Harris and a bunch of nameless nobodies on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, another case where, like, if this was a fucking cartoon,
Yeah.
you'd be like, sure, a tugboat's in the war,
Yeah.
because it's a fucking cartoon. But when you see just like, oh, we just tried to make this tugboat look like a real tugboat,
Yeah.
and we got this, all these real people.
I've never met anybody who likes this movie ever. Are there any kill donkeys out there today that like this movie? Is there positivity? This movie was nominated for many awards.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which awards was it nominated for?
Best movie.
I know.
Best picture
With a de-aging
Yes.
man.
Was it not? Hopefully not best effects or anything, right?
I would imagine so.
Probably.
Man.
I mean,
God.
2008. It probably did look good.
No.
I think the effects look okay. It's just, have you ever seen Gary Oldman
Sure.
Yeah.
and Matthew McConaughey made a movie? I don't know if it was ever released. I've only seen the trailer.
What?
It's called Tiptoes, where Matthew McConaughey plays the son of Gary Oldman.
Ooh.
And they use special effects to make Gary Oldman, and this is the big twist, he's a little person.
What?
And the resulting images of Gary Oldman being a little person,
Oh, no.
unfortunately, arouse the same guttural guffaws from me as Brad Pitt walking around on essentially a little person's aged, wrinkly, tiny old man body.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like, no matter how good you make the effect, it's still a person that you know in the context of 40-year-old hottest man ever.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, and that's Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
He's not a little person,
No.
but now
He's a
he
old
fucking
man.
is.
He is.
And now it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
And now you've ruined whatever story you're trying to tell. It's like when you give people cat ass. Don't give people cat ass. Don't give them digital cat ass. Just put them in a musical called Cats and make them wear cool cat fur outfits.
Yes.
Yes.
That would have been a million times better. Or if it was all like everything about it was a cartoon again. Just make the whole thing fake. It's fine.
Yeah.
Also, I have to say this. I've been against this forever. The heads, the compositing heads. I hate it in everything I see. There was that movie with the Fred claws. They put like big, like put like like it was taking your head and putting on an elf's body. And I was like, this does not work. Or like I, Tanya, I will never let this go. I thought that was the worst looking crap I've ever. I was like, okay, that is bad. That was like Photoshop.
I mean,
it's so bad.
What's fucked is now like deep fake videos look about as good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
Better.
preferable. Yeah.
They look much better.
But
than
that's
this.
not like the great failure of this movie. Has nothing to do with special effects. The great failure of this movie is you have like this fucking premise that should be profound and moving, and instead the only theme that they got across to me in this film is that old people dying, not sad. Young people dying, really sad. And I already fucking know that.
Yeah.
I think it's sad when old people die, in my opinion.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Especially if they're opera singers.
When they die,
it's
in your
not
opinion.
as sad. And they hammer this one. They hammer it to home pretty
There's
hard.
a lot
in
of
this one.
dead old people.
So many dead old people.
Big thesis statement of this movie. Dying baby. Sad.
Sad. Yeah. In the arms of an old
This has
woman.
to be the only movie where a baby dying, and I didn't get. And I just had my first child, and I was just like, "Oh, this is fucking stupid. This is not sad."
Yeah.
It's just such a.
I think
it's weird.
if I had made this movie, the baby would have gone back into the womb and then been aborted. That's just if I had made it.
Button it up, Sean. Just button it right up.
Oh wait, I think that is the name. Isn't that the name of a sailboat? Like Button Up or something stupid like that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he has a sailboat and it's some
think
kind
it
of
was like
button pun.
Oh
Bubba
my
Gump or
gosh.
some shit.
Bubba Gump
Oh well.
shrimp boat.
Is this movie better or worse than Forrest Gump?
Ooh.
This movie is worse than Forrest
Yeah,
Gump.
I would say
I think so too. I think a lot of people would lie to themselves. Forrest Gump is fucking better than
It's
this.
way
Forrest
better.
Gump mostly pulls off what is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this mostly does not
Also-
pull anything
Still,
off.
it's also too long, but it does do it.
Yeah.
We have it.
It also has
Mhm.
secret weapon that should be in really any movie you want to get over. Tom Hanks.
Yeah, classic.
If you want to get over in your dumbass movie, just get Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
That's a
You'll
good
just love
point.
him.
How badly does Brad Pitt being this ridiculous old man, bad grandpa, pervert baby hurt this movie? Because I feel like it
A
hurts
lot.
it a lot.
Yeah,
It hurts it.
I
mean, he's perfect for the hot moments. Like when they just like make those moments where just, hey, look how hot Brad Pitt is, and he's leaning on something, and there's really like beautiful sun on his face. He's perfect for that. He's just like so. I mean, I think maybe Fincher was just like, well, he'll look hot in the hot parts, and then when he's a young old guy, it'll be weird. I'm an old man. Hey, I'm 90 years old, but I'm 7 years old.
Yeah.
And this is how I talk.
Toining and toining.
It's a fucking insane accent. It's a really
weird movie.
It's also, especially weird since Fincher is insane. Like, he's just acknowledged as an insane person who will just, like, make someone drop a book 150 times. Yeah. Like, nearly killed Jake Gyllenhaal by, like, making him work when he was sick.
Wow.
You know, that kind of crazy shit where it's just like, well, sorry. I mean, I don't care if we must shoot this scene. This scene is more important than your health.
Yeah.
And yet he can't go, I don't know about that accent. It doesn't really sound anything like a real human's accent.
Yeah.
I want a graph that shows how many takes everyone but Brad Pitt gets.
Oh,
I bet it's night and day.
Oh.
Because Brad's probably like, I am leaving.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of here.
You want to go drink beers at my house, David?
Yeah.
We are best friends.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe that's why this movie fucking sucks. Maybe it's just one where Fincher's having a good time.
Yeah, he just wants to hang
with his buddy Brad.
Maybe this is the bad thing. He should never have fun.
F-stops of every corner. He's just like, all right, that was pretty
good.
That was okay.
All right.
Let's just wrap it up and let's get out of here.
All right, print. That's a wrap.
Yeah, we can still get to the rest.
He's like, Tilda, could you try not being so weird? No, you won't? Okay, see you later.
Perfect.
She's such a specific like, she fits for certain things, but other things she really doesn't. You're like, this doesn't really.
I mean, there are just some people. Actually, I think most people. There are very few actors who are like, oh, I can do a bunch of different shit.
Yeah.
Just a lot of good actors can do one fucking thing. And Tilda Swinton can do, we need to talk about Kevin and Michael Clayton, where it's just like a woman who cannot handle it, and it's just all bottled up. And
I think Tilda would have been a better Benjamin Button than Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think Tilda kind of did it in the remake of, what is the Argento movie she just remade? Suspiria.
Oh, yeah.
She does a better Benjamin Button type performance than Brad Pitt does.
That's great.
I mean,
I'd love to see Tilda with Southern accent.
It is just hell yeah.
Like
Tilda.
It's like my worst like latter era Steven Spielberg nightmare come to life. Like, because this always happens to me when there's a new Spielberg movie, or like I'm like, oh my god, that is so fucking saccharine. Why is he doing this? Then I watch it. I'm like, oh, I was better than I thought it'd be. Spielberg,
yeah.
He still got
skills.
the goods. He knows how to. Like Spielberg would have made me cry when that.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how he would have done it. I don't know what color he would have used.
Yeah.
Something would have been one color probably.
Yeah.
But it really feels like Fincher's going for that Spielberg shit. Like he uses like a French composer to compose this the whole like very like John Carpenter would call it Mickey Mouse type score where they're like feel this way, feel this way, feel this way, and your body just goes ha 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 no.
Yeah, this is nothing.
I will not feel that.
Nothing.
I'm gonna laugh instead.
Nope. Well, you bring up the music. Well, one of our kill donkeys posed a question. Liam Chgreen said, question, what if this movie had a Reznor score? What do you think?
That would be fucking wild.
That'd be really interesting.
I understand why it didn't. It'd be so incongruous.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if it had an opening like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? Immigrant song, Old Baby Man.
What Led Zeppelin song should they use for the opening?
Ooh, wait. It should be Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah,
as obvious as that is, it should definitely be
and play the entire thing.
Yeah.
What's that one?
Michael alluded to it earlier. You could do Lemon.
Ooh.
Let the juice run down my leg.
What about? There's one where it like fully goes into drums for like 6 minutes. What is that song? It's really, I actually kind of like it, but it just turns into drums.
Like many.
Like, oh, this
songs.
is cool.
Yeah. I'm like, if Led Zeppelin didn't have Robert Plant as the lead singer, I'd be like, that's the greatest band of all time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they have like a crazed Billy Goat Angel Man screaming all of the songs.
Great.
Although it fucking works for every song.
Screaming about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The Eye of Sauron.
Sauron. Squeeze me, baby. That's a good line.
They are creepy baby. We gotta rank it.
Oh.
Fuck, dude, it is last.
It is,
wow.
For me, even though, I mean, you guys despise it, and I only think it's bad. But it's still 10 for me. I mean, it's still the worst.
I was like, wait, what?
By far.
Yeah.
By far.
I do not think he'll ever approach anything like this in his career.
Yeah, that's at the bottom.
I mean, I would love to know how many years later, 12 years later, what does he think about this movie?
He can't like it. There's no way. Like,
I mean, maybe it's a thing where, sometimes in your life when you're doing art, you do something, it kind of sucks, but you go, I'm glad I did that, because now I know I don't ever want to do that again, because I did a bad job. But maybe he thinks of it fondly, where he's just like, well, I learned that I have a very specific set of skills.
Skills that make me very dangerous for people.
Yes. I'm going to get my daughter back. He knows that those are his skills when there's a killer and he is either a main character or he's around somewhere and there's like a kind of twitchy guy and he's the main dude. And then there's another guy who's very charismatic, and he's the secondary
Perfect.
dude. And that's it.
Oprah Book Club books.
Yes.
Give those to David Fincher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do not give him anything. No folk tales. All right.
Fucking whimsy. Fincher trying to pull off whimsy is mad.
I need Dwight Yoakam to show up and put 2 into Benjamin Button's dome.
That would have been so. Oh my!
I need Dwight Yoakam to show up in a mask.
Whoa.
And plug Benjamin Button as he tries to walk out.
What if he's the husband in Panic Room? That's him.
Whoa.
Jared Leto should have played Benjamin Button.
Leto would be better than
he would have gone full motherfucking tilt on Baby
That'd have been amazing.
Because Leto's fucking crazy, sending like pig brains to his ghost. Brad Pitt shows up, does push-ups, does his scene, goes back to his glass $5 billion house, and fucks everything.
Yeah. Sure.
This is not the man for the job.
No. I mean, it seems like almost everyone in the cast is not the man for the job. Like, no one is right for their parts.
He's like, shows up and he's like, he's like still in 7 years in Tibet mode. And he's like, you sure I'm hot in this scene? Not hot here?
No, you're old.
I'm an old man.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, I can do an old man voice easy. Well, down here in New Orleans, we like to have gumbo. We like to have a fun time.
Well, I think this was the easiest Ranksgiving so far.
Yeah.
This is last.
That is
almost
last.
Every other one was like, well, where am I going to put this? But this one is just, it's bad. It's worse than the worst one.
It's very bad. But I will say, John just gave me an idea. I think what would have been better than this movie is watching Brad Pitt fuck every item in his house. I would watch that movie.
He's fucking items. Well, I thought he was fucking people.
Well, because Brad... Yeah. I took it as he's fucking everything in his house. His toaster, his fridge.
He's put his dick in the wood block where his knives go.
I think that I could watch 2 hours and 45 minutes of that easily.
He's got a big block of Swiss cheese. He's putting his dick in
all the
holes.
holes. Yeah. No, there are no holes, but that's how Swiss cheese gets holes.
He's in Switzerland. He's fucking all the cheese.
I just can't stop.
Well, it's my job to do this.
All right.
He's doing Sling Blade.
Yeah,
He's doing Sling
Billy Bob Thornton could have tackled this movie.
Yeah. That'd been great.
Give me this premise in the mode of Sling Blade.
That'd have been great.
Yes.
Give me somebody. Sean said it correctly. This is just wrong story, wrong filmmaker. I don't even think. I think the script is shit, but I think the story could have been told
better,
compellingly.
Yes.
This is not. This is so rough.
The Spielberg mention is like, oh, if Spielberg did it, it would have been fine.
Yeah, okay.
I think the only way to cleanse
movies.
our bodies
Yeah.
of this preening fuck all is to just pour awful and sign you and gore on it, and I think we should do 7.
Oh, wow. Sign you.
Should we do 7?
Wow.
Okay.
7.
Mank comes out in a few days, but we will... Wait. When does it come out?
Or should we do Manx?
I thought it was the 12th. Did I lie?
Is it the 12th? You may be right.
Ding, 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 ding. We're looking.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
We're looking.
We're
as they say in the podcast industry, vamp.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, my name's Brad Pitt. I'm from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yes.
You.
It is kind of.
Do we go ahead and make it? It is December 4th.
I say we
tomorrow.
do it. We.
Shit.
Let's
Should we make
do
it?
it.
Let's make it.
Make
Okay.
it.
Let's make it so that we're all in this together.
Yes.
That gives everyone pretty much a week to do it. We're also releasing an extra podcast. It will not be a Twitch stream, but former Twitch guest Jason Shawn and I, or Jason Shawn, I can't remember how to say
I think it's Sean.
I always say
Either way.
Shawn, and then I see his eye twitch, and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
we are going to do
Is it Shahoon?
probably miserably deep dive on Alien 3.
Wow.
Oh.
So, and that's
Jason
not to
is
say
a
that
big
me, Sean,
time-
and Michael might not
Also.
we
touch
doing-
Alien 3 ourselves, but we just I want to do Alien 3 with Jason, do a little crossing of the
yeah.
streams. He's
I
a
can rank
Belcourt
Alien
guy.
3
I'd crank it.
without seeing it. I think it's 8 or 9 for me.
You know,
I like it a lot, but I think it's low.
as a kid, I found nothing wrong. I was like, this is such a good movie, but
It is
you
good.
grow up and go, not, but I think it's because you're comparing it to the two great
best
movies
Yes.
before it.
Yes,
So it's fair, yeah.
It's not one of the best movies ever, but it is
No.
pretty fucking good. And I will tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Jason, I've now watched about 12 goddamn hours of Alien 3 because he's even sent me the work. We've done that. I've watched the assembly cut, and I've watched something called the Alien 3 work print that
Wow.
Fincher actually edited himself.
Whoa.
Like it's gonna be, it's gonna be more of a deep dive than we're used to on Food
that's
Court.
interesting.
Whoa.
Some of the Kill Donkeys may love it. Some of the Kill Donkeys
hate
may
it.
walk away feeling like Elizabeth Salander meeting with her social worker. We'll find out. It may be too much. It's something we're going to try out.
They're gonna get back at you, John.
We're trying new stuff.
They're gonna get you, John.
Michael, do you like anal sex? Do you enjoy anal sex?
Well, you better watch out. They're gonna get you back. They're gonna tattoo on you, you podcast rapist.
You podcast pig. So.
Oh, and also me and Sean are doing
go
a
ahead.
special. No. That would be fair.
Please do.
We're watching Paddington 1
Yes,
and 2 together.
I would totally do.
If the makers of Paddingtons had made this movie, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, Paddington! If Paddington
Was-
was the main character,
It will work a lot better.
Yeah.
it would actually work so much
Kate
better.
Blanchett and the bear. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because everybody fucking ignores the creepy baby man anyways.
Yeah,
If it was a bear, they just, you just do the same shit. Just ignore the
that's true.
Yes.
bear.
Ugh.
If he was a bear, an adorable bear, oh
Adorable
man.
I would watch
Okay,
it.
so join us next week as we watch Mank. Well, we're not watching with you, but we're going to talk about it. You watch it on your Netflix right at your house.
Mhm.
Look out for that episode about Alien 3 with Jason, Shawn, and John.
Mhm.
And follow us on all the socials. We are at Food Court Cast on Twitter. We are Food Court Movie Podcast on Instagram. When you're on iTunes or your favorite podcast app, give us a lot of stars, the most possible stars, and write us a review that says, I too dislike this movie, but you didn't have to be so mean. Or something like that. Say you can make fun of our physical appearance. We love it when you just
Rip
take
us
the thing
apart.
that really hurts us most of all and really lean into that and say that it disgusts you. And we will see you in person live every Wednesday at 10/9 Central.
Yes.
On behalf of John, on behalf of Michael, I'm Sean, and may I say to you,